So this book here has so far proved invaluable. It's very useful. It's got hints and tips on how to fix things that are inherently a problem, and it also gives you ideas on upgrading stuff. So I found this book really good in regards to the electrical systems on the MG. So week's progress so far. So now rebuilt the front suspension, done an overhaul on the steering rack. So that's all been completed now, new tie rod ends and all that stuff. So the biggest problem I've got right now is that this steering column here is a bit close to the chassis rail. I've tried adjusting everything with little success. So still don't know what I'm going to do with that, but it doesn't touch right now, and the alignment doesn't seem to be too bad. It needs a bit of work, but it's not too bad. So I've been progressing on with the electrical side of things. So electrically now, the rear harness, the front to back harness is now in. Spax conversion has been done, and shocks, shocks fitted. That's all good to go. I've done a little bit of cleaning in the back. The rear lights are in, and all the wiring now has been done for the rear lights. So I'll clean the boot out a little bit now, getting all the stuff out of it. So that's quite good. Yeah, all looking pretty good now. So I've fitted the brake lines as per the instructions. They go behind the shocks and they're P-clamped to the chassis, to the crossmember. We'll see how that goes, because when the suspension goes up, this is going to have to go past this piece here. It's a bit tighter on this side than on that side, so I'll have to see how that goes. Getting these bolts back in, right, the outside ones obviously are very easy, but the inside ones that I'd taken out when it went to the body shop, they were an absolute nightmare, because you've got to take all the suspension apart, right, to get the bolt in through here. Well, it's got to go in through the spring hole, and then got tightened up through these two holes here. But getting those in was an absolute nightmare, because the front of the car wasn't heavy enough to take the weight of this, to push the springs up. So I had to get a crate of bricks and tie them to the crossmember to hold the car down while I jacked up one side to get these pinion bolts, the bolts back in again. But that was a bit of a job. Didn't go too well when I took the bolt out and the spring lifted the car off the front members here, off the jack, off the hoist. I won't admit, I was a bit frightened when that happened, but yeah, it all came good. The extra bricks and a ratchet strap to hold the front end down while I tightened that off all worked a treat. So yeah, so gonna put the front harness in next now, I think, and I'm gonna get some Deutz connectors, get rid of these and put a Deutz connector on here to connect it to the main harness that goes through the dashboard, so that'll tidy that up a bit. Then I might look at putting the engine in, engine and gearbox back in, but I'm not sure yet. It's all a bit overwhelming because it's like it needs so much work to be done. Just trying to get one bit done at a time at the moment. So yeah, getting the suspension sorted out. I'll put the handbrake on so that if I do decide to take it down the hill, I've got a means of stopping it with the brakes, with the handbrake. So the handbrake would want to be one of the next things to go in, so that I've got something to stop it with rolling down the hill. But apart from that, yeah, I'm getting all these clips that hold everything to the floor, getting all those cleaned and painted at the moment. So yeah, I like it a lot. there's just a lot of work to do. Oh, and then I've got to do the windscreen. So there's a canvas panel here. This goes on the top of the dashboard in front of the windscreen. So when the original panel was there, I did a rubbing over the top of it, so I had a template for what the canvas shape would look like, and now I've cut that out and I give myself a 25mm on the front edge here so that I can fold that over the edge and cut it, and then yeah, sort of see how that looks. But that should make it a bit easier than trying to do a lot of guesswork around how that actually fits. So then when I get that in, then I can put the windscreen in, then I can start looking at putting the wiring in behind the dash and the dashboard, and we'll progress on with that way. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, good book, this one. Good book. Excellent.